And we're back, guys. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. How's everyone doing? We're going to take a look at the Wuhan draw. We're going to talk a little bit of Beijing and Coco. That's right. We're going to talk Coco towards the end of this video. But this draw here, guys, this is a really good draw. And listen, I talked about how China could host a fifth Grand Slam. I mean, look, two back-to-back master tournaments. This is going to be great. This is going to be amazing. The stars are out in China, and the tour is back in China. Remember, they were gone for several years, but it seems these days there isn't anything that money can't fix, right? Write the check if it's big enough, your integrity will disappear. So, hey, the tour is in Saudi Arabia for the finals, right, guys? I mean, basically. So let's get right into it, guys. I want to take a quick look at the seeds. I'm not going to, and I have some predictions here. I'm not going to predict every match, but the first seed is Sabalenka, and technically, guys, she is the reigning and defending champion since the tour hasn't been here since 2019. She actually won it back to back. That's right, Sabalenka won it in 19 and 18. In 17, Caroline Garcia won it. Remember, she was really big time then. She made the WTA finals. In 16, Petra Kvitova won it. In 15, Venus Williams won it. And now remember, guys, injuries will do that to you. It wasn't that long ago that Venus was winning championships and making slam finals. She really, really just fell off like suddenly, and it's really sad because you know she was really consistent even up there in age. And in 14, Petra won it again as well. And congratulations, Petra, on the baby. Hopefully she'll be back. At least play a couple more seasons, like Kerber, and to see if she still has it. I'm sure she does with that left cannon. But I want to take a quick look at the seeds here. The number one seed is, of course, the reigning and defending champion, Sabalenka. The number two seed, I mean, I guess she can get used to this, right? Is big game Jessie P. Right, what about that? The third seed is Jasmine Paolini, ladies and gentlemen. The fourth seed is Coco, enjoying that title. She has a bye, as well as the top seeds here. They're gonna have bye. Sabalenka, of course, Bigola. The fourth seed is Coco, and the fifth seed is Queen Win. Again, she's going to have the home support backing her, so congratulations. She deserves every bit of that. The sixth seed is Emma Navarro, American. The seventh seed is Krejcikova. The eighth seed is Dasha. So those are your seeded players here, and we are taking a look here at Maddie Patty, who is unseeded. That's right, she's going to be taking on Beatriz, who's the ninth seed. This is going to be a good matchup here. Now, I covered the last match between these two, and look, Madison, she's a reasonable favorite in this match, but the reality here is the head-to-head now is, I mean, that's older data. The head-to-head now is 2-1. It says they played twice, but they actually played three times. The head-to-head now is 2-1 for Madison. They just played last tournament. I don't see how Beatrice can beat Madison Keys unless Madison Keys is fatigued, tired, unless she's been out in China just enjoying that fine cuisine, like Coco said. She was eating a lot of chicken and rice. Unless she's just lost herself within the past week, I just don't see how Beatrice is going to beat her. Madison Keys is too strong, too powerful. And I talk about Beatrice a lot, just being intimidating with her physical size. But she doesn't pack the power like a lot of ladies do in the top 20. Beatrice, she just doesn't. She goes long rallies. She's really trying to tire opponents out. And I don't necessarily think she's an amazing shot maker. She can get balls back. But coming cross court, she likes to keep everything in front of her. So if you can back her up like Madison Keys with those fireballs, I don't see how Beatrice can win this match. I'm not saying she can't. We all know how sports are. If Madison Keys, she could be tired. She coming in here, just not on her game. Anything's possible, but I like Madison Keys to defeat Beatrice. Katie Volynets taking on Potapova, gone wild. This is going to be a good match. You guys know why I say that, because she's so passionate and emotional about winning that I just feel she's a natural competitor. Um, these two did play once. Look, Katie's been looking really good lately, right? And I've talked about how LA 28, she could possibly represent the United States. Now, the last time they played was in the ATX in Texas, right? We covered that match. Literally, Katie Volynets was about to receive a bagel in the last set, and she came back and won the match. Insane. Comeback of the year. You guys voted it, right, on my year-end picks. in the community. The the comeback of the year, hands down. Katie Volynets is relentless. She's a fighter. She's gonna just push and continue to get balls back. That's how you beat Potapova. You return her balls, get her balls back. She's gonna get frustrated. I think Potapova gets revenge here. Potapova was just blowing out Katie Volynets, destroying her. She shouldn't have lost that match. She had a complete meltdown. I think she gets revenge. I like Potapova to win. Long hair, don't care. These two ladies just played. Now, Diana's seeded. She's a 12th seed in this tournament. And this is going to be a good match, guys. Leylah Fernandez, I'm pretty sure the last time they played, I told you to take Leylah to win. And I'm pretty sure Leylah won that match. I think that was in Cincinnati. Straight set victory. But here's the thing. Diana's in much better form right now than Leylah. Leylah's lost 4 in a row. And even though Diana's won 6 of her last 10. She did lose to Magdalena in 3 sets. She beat Kennan her last couple matches. Leylah's not in good shape. And this is a match here where Diana could possibly win this match. I mean, let's just be honest here. Leylah's lost to Peyton Stearns, Potapova, Anna Bogdan, and Pegula. But the thing about the 3 of the last 4 losses she has won sets in them. I'm going to take Leylah Fernandez to win at least a set in this match. That's the pick. I think Leylah will probably win the match, but I like Leylah to win at least a set. She's too good. As long as she plays vertically, keep everything in front of her. Diana is left-handed. She's going to have bombs coming from the opposite side, but so is Leylah. When two lefties play each other, the advantage goes to the more experienced player. Now, Diana is younger, but the way she's been playing, I'm telling you guys, it's like I told you, she would have a breakout year. She's on my top team prospects list, even though she made a championship last year in Africa, right? Against Ons. Or no, that was China. She lost to Ons last year. So she made a final last year. I still put her on my top prospects because she is amazing. I like Leylah to win a set. I think Leylah will probably win the match too. This is going to be a match here. Now, Yastremska owns the head-to-head, and to be honest with you, I mean, I guess it's unavoidable, but with the conflict right now in Russia and Ukraine, it's starting to get really ugly. Please bring the troops home. In this war, we've lost enough lives as it is. In this war, find a resolution. It's getting messy, and I think this match, both of these ladies are going to play their hearts out. Even though she hasn't beat Yastremska, I'm going to take big sister Andreeva to come out and win the first set. If Diana's going to win, she's probably going to have to do it in 3. I like big sister Andreeva. Between the lines, I think, look, Diana's getting better with her shot making, but I think Erica's probably a better shot maker between the lines. Yastremska has a lot more power, though, and I say it all the time. When you have power in tennis, that changes everything. Okay, that changes everything that you've planned and worked for, because that power is going to speed you up, and you're going to make mistakes. So if Erica can hang in there, I think she might even win the match. I'll take big sister Andreeva to win at least a set. Haley Baptiste from the USA by way of Haiti, taking on the French woman, Bonjour, comment allez-vous, Diane Parry. Now, Haley, these two played recently, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Diane Parry won that. Look, this isn't clay. If this was clay, I would take Diane to win fairly easily. Here's the thing. Now, Haley's come through qualifiers. She's gonna have the advantage of having played on the court. She's used to the conditions, right? That's a big advantage when you're playing someone that's just getting to town. They possibly haven't played on the courts. Haley knows how they're moving. Not only that, she's an amazing shot maker. She's got good variety. I personally think Haley's going to have that advantage, right? She's played 2 matches and she's won them. However, ladies and gentlemen, Diane Parry is very tactical. She has great topspin. She moves well. She's the type of person, she reminds me of Anna Kalinskaya in some ways, not all. I think she's a little bit more durable, a little bit more tougher. But what Diane Parry does is she'll just explode with her athletic ability. And if you're just going through the motions, you won't realize how fast and explosive she is. And if Haley's not on her game with her drop shots and slices to back up Parry, I think Parry's going to also get the win. I'll take Diane Parry to win this match as the underdog. That's right, she's the underdog. And one more pick, guys. We'll wrap this up. I want to talk about Coco. The French woman, bonjour, comment allez-vous? Clara Burel taking on Yuan. Yuan has been on a skid, right? We all know she started the year playing very, very well, and that ended, right? It's like she had a new coach, and it seems like whenever you get a new coach, you just get a little bit more motivation, and you just play a little bit better. But what happens is, you know, professionals have averages for a reason, because what happens is that's normally what you're going to put up, within a given period. That plus or minus, that could improve, it could decline, but your average is what you're capable of. And even as a professional, I just think Jan had a stretch there with her new coach where she had her best form. And Ika said it best. She tries to stay in her best form at least 5 times throughout the year, because you're not going to be in your best form for the entire calendar season. I think we saw Jan in her best form on the first portion of the American leg of the tour before we hit Indian Wells in Austin, Texas, where she won her first main tour championship, taking out Rodionova, Taylor Townsend, Wong, Schmiedlova, and her other countrywoman, Wong. This is a matchup here where I just feel Burel has a lot of variety. Yuan has been struggling. She hasn't really done much yet. However, I think Yuan's got a strength advantage that is noticeably different. Now, Burel has variety. I do think she has the ability to pressure Yuan into making mistakes. But the problem is Yuan can match the athletic ability of someone like a Clara Burel. And I think that's going to be key here, because Burel's not going to be able to hit these drop shots at will, because Jan's going to chase him down and score easy points. He's that fast and athletic. I do think having the power advantage will give Yuan the advantage in this match. And I think Yuan will win this match. So that's going to be my pick there. I just think overall, Burel has a lot more variety, but I do think the forehand power of Yuan, and that's her go-to weapon, matched with her athletic ability, should be enough to keep Burel on the back foot for most of this match. So I like Yuan to win this match. And finally, let's talk about Coco. Now, you guys remember the loyal people that have been following the channel. Listen, I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate the love. We're a small tennis network, and it's good, right? Because the people here really want to talk about tennis. And you guys know that when I'm bringing you these matches, I'm tired a lot of times. I'm tired. They're live. There's no script. I turn on the microphone and just go. So I appreciate you guys that tune in and listen, because I really am tired a lot of the times that I'm doing these videos. The times overseas is just, it's crazy. A lot of times it's like 3, 4 in the morning and I'm up, watching the match so I can bring it to you guys. So I do appreciate the love and support, and the people that understand that it's live. There's no script. And that's the beauty of it, because, it doesn't matter who you are in the sports media industry, whether it's news. If you hit record or play, if you go on live with no script and you're covering events that are happening, it's a beautiful thing. And thank you guys, because nearly 7,000 videos later, you guys are still tuning in. So I do appreciate the love and support. But yeah, going live, it's a different animal. You never know what might happen. So Coco wins another Master Championship. That's her 68th WTA Master win. That is her second 1,000 title. And of course, we all know she's the youngest player in the modern era to essentially have the record for most wins as a teenager at master events. And I mean, there's a lot more records she has. I've forgotten all the records that she has, but I just think that you're seeing Coco just play carefree now. And I've said this in the past, and I think people are starting to realize how true it is. Any of you guys coach Little League or your kids or anything? You ever see your kid where you're trying to teach them a skill or play, if you're coaching a team, or you're trying to just get through a technique or just a certain way of doing things. And they don't quite have it down yet, but you see as the match or the game is going on, they're trying to take in what you're teaching them and they just can't really get it. So that ends up being a snowball effect with how they're performing overall, right? Because they're thinking about what you're saying too much and it's affecting their game. This was the case with Brad Gilbert. Now, in simple terms, Brad's style just wasn't a good fit for Coco. So Coco wants to be a student of the game. She's trying so hard to get this powerful serve down, even though she's one of the smallest players on tour, especially the top 10. She is the smallest player in the top 10. And physicality, in physical size, not in height or anything, because we know Jasmine Polini is. But Brad's style, this power serve game, just wasn't a fit for Coco, right? The double faults. If you're a coach and you see your players not getting something or comprehending, you have to make adjustments. You have to change the way you're delivering that to them. And in some cases, it's just not going to be a fit, whatever you do. But I don't think Brad necessarily, and of course, I'm not in the camp, so I can't confirm this. This is my opinion, okay, allegedly. I didn't really see the adjustments with the serve. Now, Coco putting up 19 double faults in these big slam matches, Wimbledon, U.S. Open, putting up all these double faults, unacceptable. And I didn't really see the adjustments going on. Maybe they were going on behind the scenes. It's possible. But if you take a look at her camp now, they're on their feet. They're vocal. They're saying things. I didn't necessarily see that with Brad. A lot of times he's wearing his shades. He got his head down, and he's very low key. He's definitely behind the scenes type of coach. But the reality here is I didn't see the adjustments. Not that they weren't taking place, but if you take a look at the numbers, something wasn't right there. And I just think that style didn't work for Coco, going too big on the serve versus being more strategic on the serve. It's not necessarily all the time about going big on the serve. A lot of times it's about placement. Look at Iga Swiatek. She doesn't go big on the serve. It's all about the placement. Jam the body, go out wide, go down the tee. It's situational serving. I would have liked to see, I would have liked to have seen that a bit more, out of Coco. Whereas you take a look at it now that she has, Mr. Daly, the new coach, and it seems like a weight's been lifted off her shoulders. So now you have that child or that kid you're coaching or adult that you're coaching, and you just tell them, look, just go play free, don't worry about the play. And it feels like Coco's just playing carefree now, and I've said that, and I do feel that a lot of the losses that you saw Coco losing, she wasn't losing because she wasn't better than those players or she couldn't beat those players. She was losing because she was trying to execute game plans that didn't suit her, and she continued to stick with it, right? Stay the course. Remember when the process, when Philly, the Sixers, were rebuilding, they had a phrase which was trust the process. I felt that Coco was trusting the process, and the reality here is now that she's free, she's playing carefree, and you're seeing how good she is. Even when she's not playing well, she's still finding ways to win. And a lot of those matches that she lost this year, she was up. They went 3 sets, and she was up in the third set. She was up a break in a lot of those matches, and the serve failed her. So a lot of people look at the losses and they see the exits in these big tournaments, and they don't really understand tennis is not necessarily how you think. Like Iga could get a bagel 6-love or a breadstick 6-1. That doesn't mean it was a blowout, right? She could have had 2 breaks that literally went deuce or something. So a lot of times the score doesn't really tell the story. When you take a look at someone's Coco's losses, if you're not watching the matches, you won't understand that Coco didn't get beat in these matches. She beat herself trying to execute a game plan that didn't work for her. So that's what you really have to understand, because I think the casual tennis fans, they don't really know how good Coco is. She is really, really good. Serena told you at 15, I was never that good at 15. For crying out loud, she was 13 winning Orange Bowls. She was the number 1 14-year-old junior in the world. She's really, really good. And a lot of these older ladies, they really get up when they play Coco because they know there's going to be a lot more eyes on them. Coco gets everyone's best, right? And I've talked about how she's played the best of the best of the best. She's 20. She's already played all of these top stars. Everyone in the top 20, she's played like 3, 4, 5 times. She's already played everyone. Coco's not ducking anyone. She's amazing, right? So, how's she going to do in Wuhan? She's got to be the favorite to win it. She has to be your favorite to win it. Who's going to beat her? If she plays like this, she's going to win. Look, you got to watch out for at least a hard courts Australian Open and the US Open next year. Coco gets 2 slams next year. Watch out. She's going to be number 1. So the key is for Sabalenka to defend the Australian Open. Sabalenka knows she's going to have to defend those points. Now, Coco made the semifinals. She just has to make it to the semifinals. If Sabalenka's out before then, there you go, right? Start that climb to number 1 because Iga hasn't done well at the Australian Open. And she's missing a couple tournaments here, key tournaments to pick up points. But again, I just feel that Coco's playing carefree now. She knows that, and again, because with her type of style being so fast and athletic, her defense, her intuition, her instinct, when you're thinking too much in your head, you're already slowed down by that mental process. And I just feel now she's finally playing tennis. And the good thing about tennis is the better player normally wins, as long as you're not making 19 double faults and beating yourself. And that's why you're seeing Coco lose sets and still win these matches, because she's figuring it out on her own. And I think sky's the limit for Coco, guys. Congratulations, Coco, for winning another master title. I'm your host, Good Energy. Like the video, show some love. And again, thank you guys for coming to the channel, continuously listening to the videos. I think you guys understand that when I do these videos, I'm like completely tired, but tennis is life. And I appreciate the support. We'll be right back, and I'll see you soon. And yes, I haven't been in the studio recently, but I will try to get I still have a lot of business ventures right now that's going on, but within the next couple months, I'll try to get officially back in the studio and doing these official prediction videos and bringing you bigger and better content. But again, my schedule's so busy. I just appreciate you guys that tune in and love tennis so much to listen. Thank you. We'll be right back.